The Green Bay Packers did a lot over the course of this offseason. Last year's season, of course, came to an end in a 22-10 loss that came against the Philadelphia Eagles. And speaking of the Eagles, in this video, I want to talk about the tush push ban proposal that was just announced to not be banned by the NFL after they didn't get enough votes. But anyways, that's besides the point. In today's video, I want to, in an unbiased way only, answer the age-old question that is, did the Green Bay Packers truly get better this offseason? So let's talk about it. But first, before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so first off, when trying to answer the question of if the Green Bay Packers did improve and get better this offseason, we have to look at what they actually did in both the draft and before the draft in free agency. I'm not going to go in any specific order of how things happened, but the first addition I want to talk about is Aaron Banks, a 6'5", 325-pound guard that is expected to bring a lot of much needed size and power to this line. He did get a hefty 4-year, $77 million contract, but I think this deal was worth every single penny because he only allowed 1 sack last year, and he excels in creating holes for his running backs. The next move I want to talk about is Nate Hobbs. You can count defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley and special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia among those excited about the Green Bay Packers addition of veteran cornerback Nate Hobbs. Hafley sees a versatile defensive back with the play style the Packers want and an obvious love for football. Bisaccia, who coached Hobbs in Las Vegas, sees an athletic 4-down player who also loves the game. So expect to see Hobbs, who signed a 4-year deal with the Packers in free agency, to play on the perimeter and in the slot for Hafley's evolving defense. Nate can play outside and Nate can play inside. We're going to have him do both, Hafley said Monday. When you're getting ready for free agency and you're evaluating tape, that's one thing you love about him. He's had a lot of success inside, and I thought his tape on the outside was equally as good. He is competitive, he's tough, he's physical, he plays the game fast, you can tell he loves it, it just jumps off the tape. And he does give you that versatility where you can move him around, and again, I'm a big fan of it, he also said. Next up, a smaller addition was McCole Hardman, who everyone of course should know from his time on the Chiefs. He signed a small $1.5 million deal. He's definitely known for his speed and versatility. I think he could be a big special teams contributor. And then another addition was Isaiah Simmons. He of course was the 8th overall pick of the draft, if you guys remember, back in 2020, but unfortunately for him, he is looking to settle into the right environment to figure things out and thrive in, because this is his 3rd team in 4 years. But he is super athletic and is a nice depth piece for the linebacker position. Alright, now moving on, let's take a look at what the Packers did in the draft. The highlight of the entire draft, with it being hosted in Green Bay, was when Matthew Golden was selected and walked on the stage with his gold jacket and hyped up the crowd. But really, for Green Bay fans, this was such a relieving pick because in the past, the front office has failed to get weapons around the quarterback position, which at the time was A-Rod, but now with Jordan Love, they do seem to be trying to get him what he needs. Let's take a look at the official scouting report on Golden by Bleacher Report and what skills he will be bringing immediately to this Packers offense. Golden makes plays from multiple wide receiver positions, X, slot, and Z. He separates from coverage well with his innate ability to decelerate and accelerate in and out of his breaks. He sells go routes on the vertical plane well to push cornerbacks upfield, creating space for him to break downhill and back towards the quarterback. Golden is a crisp route runner who separates well at the top of his route. He is a quick mover with sharp plants to pivot in the right direction, and Golden can suddenly change directions and lose his man coverage defender. He works the inside leverage well before cutting between the hashes into the middle of the field. Golden's speed and acceleration will take the top off the defense, generating explosive plays through the air to back safeties off and create lighter defensive fronts against the run. He will take the primary corner and deep safety vertical, essentially freeing up underneath routes for his teammates. His acceleration is outstanding and on display after the catch. Golden can explode past defenders after catching an underneath target in space. He shifts gears quickly in space and can eat up grass for maximum yardage after catch. And in contested catch situations, Golden displays good body control as he elevates in the air to make a play. He is very competitive at the catch point and can reel in difficult grabs, and Golden's ability to contort his body and maintain control to stay in bounds is very impressive. But as a run blocker, Golden leaves a lot to be desired. He often struggles to sustain leverage on the block. He lacks the play strength and physicality to operate as a play side crackback blocker. He is easily shed by defenders and displaced, and if aligned in the slot, effective run blocking is important important to have in your wheelhouse. Golden's wingspan is functional, but NFL cornerbacks with athleticism and a good wingspan will challenge him at the line of scrimmage. His use of hands against press alignment definitely needs some work, and to maximize his skill set and potential, he must develop more counters against physical corners. But obviously, as a rookie, you have a lot of time to develop those things, and you're going to be in the weight room. You're only going to get bigger. Things are only going to get better. Alright, now moving on to the next selection the Packers made. Anthony Belton is a massive and versatile offensive lineman at 6'6" and 336 pounds. He's known for his elite size, power, and surprising agility for his frame. He excelled as a pass protector in college, posting an 87.3 grade in 2024, and he offers valuable flexibility to play both tackle and guard. However, Belton's technique definitely needs some refinement. He struggles with inconsistent hand placement, balance, and body control, often lunging or bending at the waist, which can lead to penalties and vulnerability against quick defenders. While his run blocking improved, it still trails his pass protection, and he's definitely had some discipline issues as well, including a 2024 ejection for spitting at an opponent. Yeah, you heard that right. So though he may not start immediately, if Belton can address his technical flaws and maintain some composure, he has the potential to develop into a reliable starter, likely at guard or right tackle. Next up, Savion Williams out of TCU was another interesting selection because 2 wide receivers in 3 rounds for the Packers is unheard of. But hey, I guess we are living in a completely different time now. So those were some of the main additions to talk about. Now let's talk about the subtractions. First off would be TJ Slayton to the Bengals, who was big in terms of stopping the run. Then they lost Eric Stokes to the Raiders, a corner who kind of was disappointing for being a high pick. They lost Josh Myers to the Jets, who was another sort of disappointing pick that did not pan out. And then they also lost Eric Wilson and AJ Dillon. So overall, in my eyes, this offseason was full of many big additions, and a lot of the subtractions were just guys who really did not pan out. So I think the Packers got better, and they almost had to, being in the division that they are in, because the Eagles are coming off a Super Bowl and they did not get any worse, and they are still allowed to do the tush push, and honestly, I'm completely fine with it. It's a football play. It would be stupid to take it away, but I just think if the offense is allowed to push like that, then the defense should be allowed to push each other forward as well. It's definitely an exciting time of year for everyone in the NFL right now, but if you're a Packers fan, you should be pumped because we just got to see Matthew Golden in action on a field in uniform for the first time during rookie minicamps, and then OTAs are going to be here very shortly. We also just got to see the new schedule release for 2025, and let's take a look at what is on the Packers slate. They open things up in week 1 at home against the Lions, and that is going to be an absolute dogfight. And then the week after that, they stay at home and play the Commanders, which that's another just tough game. Jane Daniels, those first 2 weeks, man, those are going to be big tests. And if the Packers can somehow manage to go 1-1, I think that would be viewed as a success. Week 3 is against the Browns. That's at the Dog Pound in Cleveland. That's one of those wild card games. The Browns could be good early in the year. I don't expect the Browns to be good like overall, but they could have some excitement, especially early with Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, all those type of guys. But still, that's a game the Packers should win. And then after that, the dog days of the season begin. The Packers will face the Cowboys, Bengals, Cardinals, Steelers, those type of teams. Obviously, their division is playing the AFC North this year, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything unfolds. Let me know in the comments below what your expectations are for this team in 2025, and if you made it to this point in the video and enjoyed, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world, and also hit that post notification bell so you never miss another upload. And until next time, I will see you all later.